Hello, everyone. This is Rick with the Cyber Pro podcast, where industry leaders share their insights. It's usually 5 questions in 9 minutes, but today we have a repeat offender, a secondary guest, Deidre Diamond, who is the founder and CEO of CyberSecurity. Deidre was number 113 back in August of 2021, so over 2 years ago, where she was really talking a lot about hiring and retaining cyber talent. And guess what? She's still doing that today. And so, Deidre, thank you so much for coming back and joining us. We love having you.
Yeah, it's great to be with you.
So let's kick it off. What have you been up to since the last time you were on the Cyber Pro podcast?
I mean, 2021 is so long ago, right? Oh my gosh. That's pre-COVID. COVID, I don't even know anymore. So lots. We had an economic challenge after a stimulation of the economy, and so that always hurts the perm business and increases the contract business, and is of course disruptive. If that's what it does to jobs, and it's disruptive across the entire channel of humans. So my business sees that, front and center, and we've been working diligently to support those that were laid off, as security found first-time layoffs, as well as, our retention as a service strategy, that started a couple of years ago, is something that people really have, put their budgets into because their roles have gone on hold. And so that's been a nice win to see that adoption and people caring for their people, even though they know they can't hire. And then, of course, contract business goes up whenever, perm goes on hold or down, contract goes up. So I've been busy between that from the perspective of, our platform and our services. So our platform, provides our matching services that is, half the cost or more, or less, excuse me, you know what I mean? And then, of course, automation of job postings and offering that free is just coming to us now, and saying, you know what, we can't service the world anyways, even, let them post their jobs for free. So I'm moving into that now.
That's amazing. I am curious to get your insights because you're so keyed in onto the talent side. We all know there's a skills gap. We all know on the other side of that skills gap is a burnout path. And we know there's tons of really cool people doing tons of really cool stuff in there. But you're right. This is the first time we've seen security take a riff or any type of event like that, but we still have open job recs. So what's going on?
Yeah. So there's a lot of things going on. One is that we have a broken job search and match system. It's not about matching. It's just about searching and hoping somebody finds your resume, and most calls are not the right fit. So we got that going on, this old antiquated way of job searching, ATSs and submitting resumes. And then there's this, to your point earlier, before we got on here, 5 jobs in one, 3 jobs in one, security professionals, now know that have experience what an environment needs to look like. And they're just not interested in those jobs where they want a purple unicorn. Like, it's not cute anymore to be a unicorn. We know what being a unicorn means. It means serious burnout. So you've got that. And then in terms of, skills and what's out there at any given time, there's been about 160 to 165,000 jobs posted a month in cybersecurity in the US. We have them all at CyberSecurity. We've been doing that for 13 months now, and we take them down every 30 days. So they're refreshed. So they're staying at that number. And so when you look at those job descriptions, they're just trash. Most of them are trash. You don't even know what they're looking for. There's no money associated. You have no idea what is a must-have, what isn't. And so you've got the fact that even if the job isn't a purple unicorn, who knows what it is. And again, even if a practitioner is laid off, they're not going to just answer 100,000 job ads.
Right.
Like, Doesn't make any sense. So I have the breakdown between all the roles. It's, the analyst, if you will, is usually somewhere around 70,000 of it, and the challenge with that is an analyst title means nothing.
Right.
We see 1, 2, and 3, and they're an IAM engineer or they're a security engineer, right? Or, they're an incident response engineer, and yet they have this title analyst 1, 2, and 3. So we've got that whole, title, what does it even mean challenge too with a lot of this. So I will tell you that overall security professionals, well, it has hurt to see us, feel this for the first time. Security is still, of course, the desired skill set. It's just everybody wants experience.
And it's tough to get that experience. And this is a good kind of pivot. I'm curious, you've had your fingers on the heartbeat of kind of the talent world for the last few years, but how has the cybersecurity landscape around talent really evolved over those last few years?
It's been 9 years. I just had my 9-year anniversary. It's crazy. We're like, we got to plan a big one for 10, but it comes too fast. You got to start planning now. And I wish I'd seen a lot of change. And I'm disheartened. I haven't. In fact, it's why I have been out at conferences for the last few months, delivering a talk that says we need a compliance control for retaining cybersecurity professionals. And I've given the talk 3 times now. I have tons of cyber leaders who want to be involved. We've chosen 5. We're now creating a risk framework. And the reason is that I still see attrition so high, just constant. Not necessarily even the juniors. It starts at the C-suite, as we know. So, when I entered this industry 9 years ago, there was a common language problem. There's still a common language problem. The work that CyberSN has done has changed that a lot. And everybody refers everybody to our career center, and NIST, NICE has put us in the career pathways, and our taxonomy is the go-to. Yet at the end of the day, it's not, we still see all these job postings with not in the taxonomy. That's why I'm like, oh my God, just make the job postings free. I can't do this anymore. Now that I've seen these jobs for 13 months. And so we have the common language problem. We have these 4 job description problems still there. And then we have this, well, what's the money? Everybody's talking to people, trying to hire, don't have the budget down, wasting everybody's time, not knowing what to pay people. So it hasn't advanced. People are being more burnt out. So because all of that says more people are doing the job for others, and jobs aren't getting filled around professionals. And so they're getting more and more burnt out.
So let's move forward into the future a little bit and talk to me about what might be some cool trends or approaches that you're excited about, or maybe that you're driving and really is going to drive this story.
Yeah. For me, it's that retention as a service, because what it ultimately means, and I built the service and I lead it today with others on our team, is we come in and figure out what everybody's really doing, meaning spend time with them, create their job descriptions, look at what the MSSP is doing, look at what consultants are doing, and look at what contractors are doing, and then say, okay, here's your gaps. Here's how you could have a cross-functional org chart so that you could start to train others so that you can retain and develop them and also do good for the company. And, looking at income, assessing that, assessing education and training that these folks want, and being the person, the company that can hold that conversation to get that done, because every leader wants to do it, but they don't have the time. And it's not just managing those individuals' careers. It's about making cross-functional development plans so that you can grow and develop people. And I think that, the firms out there, the big, huge for consulting and all that do this, as I understand. And mine just came as a genuine, my friends need my help.
Right.
And, they all do this. The challenge is they don't really speak cybersecurity. So, I mean, it's a totally different game. So I'm loving that because let me just tell you, I went to a meeting with the head of security for a hospital this week already for the retention as a service offering. And I know what he has on his plate. And that's the hospital is hardcore, man, hardcore. And I expected he'd show up really stressed out. And he came and he was just had a big smile on his face. He was so excited. And I said, oh my God, I totally expected you to come stressed out. Like, I know how much you've got on your plate. Like, we've done all our intakes. And he goes, are you serious? This is the one call where it's about taking care of me and my team. I'm so excited about what we're doing. I'm relying on you all big time to help me and help us, move this forward. You've got people that have been together for periods of time and they want to figure out how to stay, but everybody gets their breaking point if it's just constant fighting fires and you can't get ahead, right? So this whole problem that everybody's having requires some love and understanding of how these departments can function with technology and function with services. And I love what we're doing. I couldn't do it without, Dom Glavage, our Chief Security and Technology Officer. He's behind all my taxonomy and everything else, and his team. But between his team and the services team and myself, we crushed this offering, and it feels good. It feels good to see these services. But at the end of the day, that's what we need. We need care for these professionals. We need a compliance control. I mean, I was at the airport the other day and I heard a pilot sharing why he's sitting, at the restaurant so long. And he's like, well, you can't sit in your seat more than 9 hours. You can't fly more than 8. And I'm like, exactly. That's the stuff we need in security.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're seen as a cost center. And so it's not going to get better.
I love it. Well, now let's get to the fun and final question. In the past, we've asked you your favorite piece of retro technology, but now we're going modern. What's your favorite piece of technology today that makes you smile?
Oh, wow. Ooh la la. You know what it is? It's my self-driving, but not self-driving car. What the heck do they call that? Where my car, it can speed up and stop as long as somebody's in front of me, that whatever the automated.
Adaptive cruise control.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I hate that feeling of my feet and having to use them all the time and keep them in one position and your foot flexed, and I don't have to do that all the time. That's my favorite.
I love it. Deidre, thank you for coming back again to the Cyber Pro podcast.
Good to be with you.
Thank you for tuning into the Cyber Pro podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on new podcasts and all of our cool bonus content.